This is the most brutal unsolved murder case in the history of Finland. And even after all these years, it still has many people believing that there could be more than one killer. It's the case of the naked man who was found dead at Lake Bodom. But who killed him and why? And is the killer still out there? Let's take a look at the facts to find out. It was June 4th, 1960, when 3 teenage friends set out for a night of partying. The friends, 18-year-old Seppo Isakorpi, 15-year-old Erksi Honkanen, and 15-year-old Tuulikki Litinen, went to the discotheque, where they drank, danced, and had a great time. They left the club around midnight, decided to head home, but changed their minds when they saw a movie theater still open. They went to see the 1959 version of A Christmas Carol, then took the bus back to Sepp's house, where they had planned to stay for the night. But again, they changed their plans and instead decided to go camping by Lake Bodom. At 2 a.m., the trio arrived at the lake and parked their car by the shore. There was already a tent set up for them, which belonged to a married couple who were sleeping inside. Seppo's younger brother, 13-year-old Mika, was also present. He had been arguing with his older brother about the camping trip. The brothers reconciled before going to bed, and the 6 friends, including the married couple, slept until morning. In the morning, Seppo and Erkki went swimming, while Tuula, Mika, and the women stayed on land. At some point, a fight broke out between Seppo and Erkki. The two swam away from each other and Seppo ended up on an island in the middle of the lake. He spent the rest of the day fishing and drinking with Tuula and the 2 women. In the evening, the party continued with the 6 friends playing cards and drinking. Later, Seppo and Mika went home to grab a beer, leaving the others behind. When Seppo returned, he discovered the horrifying sight. All 5 of his friends were dead, lying on the ground in front of the tent. Horrified, he ran home to call the police. When officers arrived at the scene, they found something that shocked them. All 5 bodies were naked except for Tuula, whose pants had been pulled down to her ankles. The victim had been stabbed multiple times. Seppo and Mika's wounds were consistent with a stabbing motion coming from above, like they were kneeling while being attacked. Tuula's body showed signs of sexual assault and defensive wounds on her hands. The 2 men and the 2 women in the tent were unharmed. Police immediately began searching for a suspect. Seppo became the prime suspect because he was the last person seen with the victims and had a criminal record. However, he passed a lie detector test and was never charged. After examining the crime scene, police concluded that the killer or killers had likely arrived in a boat, because there were no footprints leading to the tent. The killer had apparently used the boat to get close to the tent without being seen and attacked the sleeping victims. After the attack, the killer or killers fled, taking their boat back out to the lake. The brutal slayings shocked Finland. Over 300 people attended the funerals of the 3 teenagers, many leaving flowers and notes of condolence. Seppo later sued the media for libel and was awarded 5,000 Finnish marks. The case remained open with police questioning over 2,000 people and conducting over 700 polygraph tests. But no charges were ever filed. To this day, the murders remain unsolved, leading many to believe that the killer or killers were never caught. Some say that there was more than one perpetrator, citing the struggle between Seppo and Erkki earlier in the day. Could this have been a jealous rage crime? Why do you think the killer or killers would have chosen to be naked during the attack? You think Seppo was telling the truth about not seeing his friends undressed the whole night? Comment below. This chilling horror story comes from Finland. Now watch. Most evil serial killer. Go camping or check out terrifying unsolved mystery. Still, to this day, I shiver just thinking about it.